Oracle forecast for the week from the 11th to the 18th of March 2019. I'm going to pull a tea leaf card for each star sign. I'm going to do a relationship reading for all star signs as well as a tarot reading for all star signs. The tea leaf card for each star sign is just one of a few cards that I draw for each star sign. If you'd like to see what the rest of the cards are for your star sign, then please go to my website. You can subscribe to your weekly update. This is just a taste of what that reading is. You also get relationship cards in there and general guidance. So Libra, for your week ahead, you get the crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Leo, you get grapes, time to go out and have fun. Virgo, you get the kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Scorpio, you get the purse, pay attention to your finances. Aries, you get the broom, new home, new attitude. Gemini, you get the hat, you will be playing a different role in your life. Taurus, you get bread, a period of prosperity and abundance. Pisces, you get indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Cancer, you get the desk, pay attention to your work. Sagittarius, you get the rainbow, the most difficult part of the situation is over. Aquarius, you get the archway, new opportunities, possibilities and pathways opening up. Finally, Capricorn, you get the throne, a position of authority. So if you'd like the rest of that reading, including a relationship reading and general forecast, like I said, please go to the website. You can subscribe to the reading there for a very small fee. Also, any other readings that you'd like to have done with me, those amazing soulmate readings, or you'll see there is quite a few available on the website. Right, now let's move on to your relationship reading for this week. Now, this relationship reading takes a look at the big, broad, overarching energies that will kind of affect most of you in some way in your relationships. For some of you, this is the entire story for you for a week. There's some nice guidance coming through there. The first card is trust, the second is prosperity, and the third one is inspiration. The trust card speaks about releasing your fear of trust. So this week, you maybe feel like you can trust yourself more where relationships are concerned. You're not quite as fearful about trusting. Trusting sometimes makes us feel vulnerable, but this week you decide you are strong enough to deal with that vulnerability. You are strong enough to trust. Either you trust in where your relationship is going, or if you don't have a relationship in your life, you trust that if you just move forward, believing that you will have a relationship soon, if you want one, then it is actually going to happen. And the prosperity speaks about that inner dialogue with yourself. So instead of going outward and kind of even making contact with people or having that conversation with somebody where relationships are concerned, or going out there and flirting this week. It's interesting because this whole reading speaks about there's almost inner work being done this week with relationships. So if you have a relationship that is going through a bit of a rocky patch, or you wanted to move on to being more permanent, or in this permanent relationship and it needs some work or it needs to evolve, this week there's that thing of going inward, trusting what is going to happen in the week, and then the final bit of guidance that comes through actually gives you the recipe of this story, how to go about this. It's called Inspiration, that card. And what it says is, this week, have a conversation with that person. Not literally, mind you. The conversation is an internal conversation in your head. So what you're going to do is, if you have a problem with somebody in a relationship, or you want your relationship to become more committed, or there's just something in the relationship you want to work on or evolve, pretend in your head you and this person are sitting down and actually speak to that person. In your head, tell them exactly how you feel and exactly what you want from them. The same goes for those of you that are looking for relationships, or if you've met someone and you want to have a relationship with them. Sit down and in your head have that discussion, either with the person or with the universe even, and say, you know what, universe, God, spirit, I'd like to have a relationship, and I'd like to have it with a person that is cheerful and adores me and is responsible in their lives. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're going to have this conversation as if you're having a conversation either with your prospective partner or with the universe to bring a prospective partner into your life, or with your actual partner. So that is the guidance and the recipe coming through for this week where relationships are concerned. What it's probably going to do is going to give you clarity. It's going to put your intention out there. It's going to convince you on some level of what is happening. So all of this will come together and bring you the kind of results or the manifestation that you are seeking. So the tarot cards this week tell a good story. The first card is the Three of Air, the second card is the King of Air, and the final card is the Two of Fire. Now the Three of Air in this particular deck speaks about the fact that we keep repeating a life lesson because we are not learning what it is meant to teach us in our lives. This is not life doing it to us. It is us who planned these lessons many aeons ago because we wanted to evolve to up the spiral. We wanted to evolve into the next level of understanding life. So most of you are probably discovering yourselves repeating a life lesson this week. It maybe hurts. It probably hurts. What you can also discover this week in this story is that if you listen to that non-judgmental, very clear-sighted, clarity comes in again. We've seen clarity coming into the reading this week. That part of you that looks at a thing and says, that's probably not going to work. Or that part of you that has that kind of clear, sort of non-judgmental way of saying, this probably is not a good idea. Most times we will override this because we want something so badly we're prepared to take the chance. This week you gain the kind of clarity where you listen to that first prompting. And it's not even an inner voice, it's a very clear inner prompting. What it does then when you do this, you finally learn that lesson. Now I can't go into details of what this lesson is about or the story because for each of you it's going to be very different. But the theme is a lesson learned this week, and that clear thinking gets that lesson finally learned. Then you can move on. If you decide you're listening to that clarity and you learn that lesson, you can move on finally to having the kind of partnership that is an equal partnership. The Two of Fire speaks about this. This can be a business partnership. It can be a family partnership, just a relationship between two family members. It can be a romantic partnership as well. But this week there's the potential. If you learn the lesson by listening to the clarity, to listening to the clear thought without judgment, that thought that is without judgment seems to be the key. That's the one to think of. What it will be, you'll know what it is. It's not going to be, that person is a liar, I'm not going to listen to them. That person is not reliable, I'm not going to listen to them. Or, oh, that person is wonderful, I'm going to listen to them. It's not that kind of thought. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be a thought of, this situation seems familiar, but I know this is not going to work. I'm not taking that route. It's not a judgmental, it's a clear thought. Then you can enter into a partnership. Then the gates open for that, for you to enter either into a new partnership or for an existing partnership to evolve where you have an equal partnership, where you stick up for each other, where you egg each other on, where you support each other, where you are each other's shoulder to cry on when the time comes when it's needed. That kind of partnership. Awesome energies around this week. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.